Yeah, I've been painting rocks. Gonna put them out for the kiddos to find. We have a local page for our rocks. Then I did some for our art club, and I'm gonna put those out, and maybe that'll get more people interested in our art club. We'll see. But yeah, fun. So I bought this shirt at like a resale shop. It really didn't cost that much, maybe 50 cents, $1 at the most. And I just seen that it had a pumpkin. I didn't realize it was a Halloween Town shirt. It says Halloween Town on it, which I've seen Halloween Town at least once, maybe twice. There's like 4 Halloween Town movies. I've seen all of them at least once. May have all of them on DVD. I'm not sure. I did at one time have all of them on DVD, but I'm not sure if I still do. I know I at least got 2 of them because I bought a 2-pack not too long ago. Because I was like, oh, Halloween Town, let me get this. It's cheap. I may already have it, but in case I don't, let me get it again. Yay. So we watched The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957, starring Peter Cushing. I'm not good with names. Hazel Court, Robert Hart, Christopher Lee, and directed by Terrence Fisher. So, what did I think about this one? So basically, Victor Frankenstein is awaiting his execution for murder, and he's going through telling the story of what happened. And Victor Frankenstein was just not a good guy. Even though I kind of did feel for him at the end, he just wasn't that great of a guy. He was kind of mean and rude, and even from the beginning. I hate when there are strange noises and you don't know if you are alone. Am I alone, or is there somebody here? Hazel Court plays Elizabeth, who is Victor's cousin, and after her mother dies, she comes to live with him, and I guess they are to kind of be married, and Victor is kind of seeing the maid, and he has kind of promised the maid that he will marry her, and which, they kind of seem like they're in love at times, and later on he kind of just basically dismisses her. Like, you think I was gonna marry you? Please. So yeah, he's just kind of got this attitude and arrogance about him that, makes you just not like him at times. Then we have Paul Crimp, I don't know. He is kind of like the tutor. He comes and helps him, and he also helps with his science projects, and it gets a little deep because they get a body and the head has been damaged. The birds have gotten to it and they've pecked out the eyes and all kinds of stuff, so I just go ahead and get rid of the head. So Paul is thinking maybe we shouldn't do this experiment. Because earlier in the movie they had brought back a dog back to life. So, they're thinking, oh, we're going to try a much bigger animal person. And so they get rid of the head, and he's got a vat of acid to like just put the head in. And that's like, okay. Yeah. So there ain't going to be a trace of that later. So they're just trying to get this all put together, and there's a professor that comes and visited, and he really wants this professor's brain. I don't know exactly how this happened, if she just wanted the professor to come visit and stay with him, because it kind of had you thinking she was a part of it, but then you realize she's maybe not a part of it. And he knocks the professor off from the stairs, just off the balcony. And so basically, after the funeral, he sneaks into the crypt and is going to take the brain. But his partner, Paul, who is so over this, does not want any part of this, messes up the brain. So when he puts the brain in the monster, the monster is just not. And Christopher Lee plays the creature, and that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. The creature is very creepy looking. Just like always. This was very good. It's very shocking and very horror elements, and the maid gets creeps in to get evidence against Victor because he won't marry her, so she's gonna just like throw him under the bus. But she ends up in the room with the creature, and yeah, not good for her. But they have also that vat of acid, so they can get rid of any kind of evidence. But in the end, the creature ends up into the vat of acid. So, no evidence of a creature. And Victor is in prison for murder. The murder of the maid, the murder of, I guess, maybe the professor, I don't know. And the girl he's supposed to marry, Elizabeth, you think that, that maybe she got murdered as well, because the monster gets her and Victor shoots and kind of shoots her, but apparently she's okay. So when he's telling his story, the friend comes, Paul, and he's begging Paul to tell him about the monster, tell him what we did. But of course, Paul says nothing. As if Victor is crazy, like none of this happened. There's nothing we can do for you now, So it's like, does he not want to admit to anything because that would put his involvement in it? Or was Victor crazy the whole time? I don't know. But there's no evidence of the creature because the creature went into the vat of acid. So the ending was kind of just like, okay. And they're like taking him out to be executed, and he's gonna have his head chopped off, looks like. That's how it ends. And I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit sorry for him, but not a whole lot, because he was a mean, not very nice guy. So mixed emotions on the ending, but it was very spooky and I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like these. So that was that one, and we'll have another one for you real soon. Until the next time.